Let's have a complete breakdown. Hello everybody, I'm Johnny Manchild. Welcome to Let's Have a Complete Breakdown. Today we're going to be talking about Overboard. A lot of you have had questions about this song. This is the one that you guys kind of chose, or at least the one that I let you choose since, you know, I kind of manipulate everything that you give me. So this is a song that a lot of you have had questions about, and so today we're going to answer them. This thing started as a music theory kind of thing, but I find you guys tend to be more interested in the stories, the reasons, how I wrote it, stuff like that. And so we're gonna kind of lean more in that direction. And also the Adam Neely style editing makes me want to shoot myself in the face a little bit. It's very hard, kudos to him. So let's begin. First Patreon question from Melly Salcido. The instrumental break near the end gives off the vibe of someone falling overboard and sinking underwater, at least to me. How would you achieve this vibe? The song is more or less about the feeling of sinking into depression, not feeling like you know what to do. It's tough, you know? Whenever you're in the middle of it, everything's pulling you down, and that's kind of the thing. So the lyrics will allude to that, obviously, a lot. The thing to me that really sets that vibe is the bridge. During the bridge of Overboard, you can hear these kind of like strangely dynamic falling trumpet parts that, and so I think it's that. That to me just sounded like sinking. Just like kind of sinking down. It's not one of those things that I know how to explain in any other way than the music, you know? But something in the way those rhythms pop out and that in between them kind of gluing it together, I think that's what I intended to feel like it was sinking. So I hope that answers the question. It's the best that I can do, but yeah. Jack Harris asks, what is this song about? Is it a person? An event? Well, Overboard, more or less, is about scene change. Overboard is about almost apologetically explaining, hey, I'm in a bad place. Kind of saying, you know, I'm sorry I've been this way. I'm sorry that I've been so fucked up. I'm in a depression. Even saying so far as, you know, my friends have been so cool with this. My friends have understood everything. I wouldn't blame them anymore if they don't. And so it's kind of talking about the feeling of depression, the feeling of sinking into this so far that you don't even blame people for not being around you anymore. Obviously, this is not a positive trait, and it's not something that I am saying is good by the lighthearted feel of the music at all. And that's really it. It's the feeling of, in the beginning of the song, kind of wanting to push through this, figuring out how to do it, and just how to live with this. And by the end of the song, you know, the second chorus changes from man overboard to send me overboard. And it's kind of the feeling of sinking into it so far that all you want is for it to be over. You know, when I wrote this, I was just not in a good spot. And so lyrically, a lot of the time, breaking down a lot of the songs I'm writing, you're gonna find some not so happy stuff. But that is what it is about. And this leads really well into the next question. Is from Chris Lopez, who asks, why such a bright tone for such dark lyrics? To piggyback and kind of go hand in hand with that, question from Devin Giles. Did you always plan on the song being so upbeat, or did things change in the studio? So, it is very, very intentional for the upbeat vibe. The reason being, those of you who, like me, have dealt with depression or these things, you really don't try to dig into it or just be that way. You want to try and overcome it. You definitely don't want to have people see you that way, you know? This song is more or less about putting on a face, trying to push through it, trying to say, it's okay, I'm okay. And so that's why we have a bright tone, is just to kind of say, you know, you're pushing on, you're going with your day, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine, but it's totally not. Now the other question, do things change in the studio? Totally. Not that dramatically. The song had always been a bright thing with dark lyrics. Now the kind of things that do change in the studio, you know, there are little effects that we add, guitar parts, more tonal things, vibe-based things. That's the kind of stuff that we change in the studio, but like the actual heart and DNA of the song, such as whether is it bright, dark, or loathing, or happy, whatever it's going to be, those are definitely intentional pre-studio decisions. Next question is from Cool Kid. How does Ethan come up with the drum parts for the songs? Let's ask him.
Yo, what's up?
Ethan, hello. I am currently on camera recording the next breakdown video, and I have a question for you. Are you ready?
Greeting. What's good?
From Cool Kid, how does Ethan come up with drum parts for the songs? Ready, set, go.
I don't. I actually, I have a radio beacon that contacts Greb, God of Groove, and I channel the grooves directly from Benny, the Lord Benny himself, after he bestows with me the knowledge of the fills. It is my job to apply them through the application of prayer and maybe some Cheez-Its.
That's a really good way to stay in shape. Thank you.
All right, yeah.
Cool. Tyler Grillet asks, would you make any changes to it now to make it more like you wished it would be? Are you fine with it now? Well, the truth is, I don't like changing recordings and stuff. I don't really live in the past, Tyler, okay? I'm kind of in the present. But really, no, I think the idea of recordings is it's meant to capture it the way that it was at that moment. It's not meant to stay the same. I play things different live, and that's how it is. I like the idea that you might experience a song a little bit different in the future than it was in the recording. The recording is what it's supposed to be because that's where we were at that moment in time. It is what it is. So thank you very much for asking all those questions. Be sure to join our Patreon if you want to take part in these. I will always come to you guys to ask questions about this so I can know what you want to know. Now, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. From now on, the way we're going to do it is, if you want to see the full playthrough from the top, I'm going to play through every song that I do one of these breakdowns on, and you are all free to play it at half speed, watch my hands, and try to steal my magic, or whatever the fuck. So there it is. Let's play Overboard.